Hi everyone, Agnes here. Now, just for the time being, let's simplify. I want to talk about the not forcing anything. Now, you are currently in a situation right now that there is something that you really want. Now, ask yourself, have I been trying to force? And how has that been working for me? If you want to write down below in the comments the answers to those two questions, then feel free. Now, in terms of not forcing anything, you become non-resistant, okay? Non-resistance is a magnet that attracts. Why? Because there's no anguish, there's no need, there's no obsession, there's no uncomfortability, there's no urgency. When you don't need anything, it can come in. You focus and you think about the desire and you feel good, and then you let go and you go on to the next thing. So to simplify, what do you want? Okay, then what do you do after that? A few things. You focus within. You think about your desire. You enjoy the thoughts of the desire. Then you might listen. Is there anything I need to do? And then you just drop it and wait. You might not hear an answer straight away. You might hear something a bit later. You let go. You let go and you go and focus on other things. You allow it to come in its own time. You give thanks. You give thanks in advance because you trust and you have faith. Okay? So this whole thing of not forcing, in a way, goes against a lot of what we see on YouTube about manifesting. Some manifesting is energetically changing what you're doing, and then there is some that is trying to push, force, and make things happen. So I think one is kindergarten level and one is spiritually more mature adult level. Okay, now if you're looking at three of our favorite authors, Neville Goddard talks about it as getting into the state. So using love, for example, if you want love, you become someone who feels love and is loving in your energy, then the love comes. If you're practicing Abraham Hicks, she talks about it more as the art of allowing. It's allowing the love to come to you by feeling good. She talks about getting into the vortex. Okay, now if you follow Florence Scovel Shinn, she talks about the divine design. Perfect health, perfect wealth, perfect love, and perfect self-expression. And she talks about non-resistance, because non-resistance, there's a simple line in her book, and it says, nothing on earth can resist an absolutely non-resistant person. So when you're feeling loved and you're not really bothered about where am I going to get it, then love reveals itself to you because it's a vibrational match. It's an energetic match. Okay? So it's simplifying and making sure you're not in force mode, push mode, make it happen mode, poke mode, any of those types of coaxing, trying to make it happen. That energy is not a strong energy, okay? Doesn't work. It just pulls up the handbrake for your manifestation. Now, in Florence's book, she talks about, this is in The Game of Life and How to Play It. She says, the adverse situation is good. Okay, agree that it's good. Be undisturbed by it, and it falls away of its own weight. None of these things move me. It is a wonderful affirmation. The inharmonious situations come from some inharmony within man himself. When there is in him an emotional response to an inharmonious situation, it fades away forever from his pathway. Okay? So, when there is in him no emotional response, I should have said, and you've got to ask yourself, what emotional response have I got going on in regards to that person, that situation? Okay? It is our emotional responses that goes out and then pulls back in what we've got. So to get good at non-resistance, to get good at not forcing, I think sitting, listening, relaxing, releasing, and relax and release is a big one from Michael Singer from the Surrender Experiment. All of these different people that I've mentioned in this YouTube, they all dovetail together, pretty much agreeing on the same point, which is to not force, to change yourself inside, and then you will see the change reflected back to you. Okay? The boomerang, just like in Australia with the Aboriginals, okay? What you throw out, in this case, it's not a physical thing, it is an emotional thing. You're sending out an emotional pulse, you're sending out an emotional energy, and that emotional energy comes and shows you how you're really doing, okay? So all of this is food for thought for you today. Practice not forcing anything. Practice getting yourself right in the sweet spot of love, of feeling secure, of feeling good enough, and of feeling that I am the magnet and I'm going to surrender my desire to force, push, make things happen, be an action figure, and I'm going to learn to shore up my internal magnet. All right? So let me know how you're doing down below around this whole concept of forcing versus not forcing, and the concept of just being and really improving and honing your ability to get into the right state, to get into that really beautiful allowing, or to get into non-resistance. Let me know which one is working for you and let me know how you get on. All right, so down below I'm going to put the authors that I've mentioned, the playlists for them if you want to explore them a bit further. And also I'm going to put down below a wonderful YouTube on not forcing by Alan Watts. Okay? Lots of love, everyone, and I will see you in the next YouTube.